Hi everyone, we are going to start a new poem called a preposition poem. But before we begin, what is a preposition? Now we've discussed in English and grammar, we've discussed nouns, verbs, adverbs, and adjectives, but we never talked about a preposition, so I'm going to take a minute to tell you what that is. A preposition is a word that comes before a noun. Remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing. And a preposition tells us where, when, or how the noun is. I'm going to give you some examples. If I were to say across the street, this would be telling me where, across. And the noun there is the street. Here's another one, before the game. Now the noun here is the game, and before tells us when. And in the last example, if I said a wolf is like a dog, the preposition is like, and the noun is dog, and that tells us how. How is a wolf? It's like a dog. So again, they tell us where, when, or how the noun is. So that's just a quick little lesson on prepositions. So now let's read the directions here on how to write this poem. In a preposition poem, each line begins with a preposition. Now you see we have a big long list of prepositions. So these are all the words that you're going to use for the beginning line of your poem. The lines are usually short, containing just 2 to 4 words. A preposition poem can be about anything, and it doesn't need to rhyme. Now here's an example. This is sort of an example of a story that was written using the preposition poem format. I'm going to read it for you, and then we'll see if we can figure out what the story is about. With snorkel and fins into the water, under the waves, among the fish, over there, beside a rock, toward me it swims, without fear. But I swim away, up to the surface, onto the deck, above the shark, out of danger, until next time. So this was sort of a story about someone who was swimming in the ocean, and all of a sudden, a shark swam toward them. And what did the person do? The person went up to the surface, onto the deck, and out of danger. So this is just really a cool way to tell a story about swimming in the ocean and meeting up with a shark. So what we're going to ask you to do is write your own preposition poem. Now, your poem should be 8 lines long, so 8 lines. And remember, everyone's going to start with a preposition, one of these words, just like they did. They used with and to, under, among, over, beside, toward, without, but, up, onto, above, out, and until. And your poem's going to start with one of these as well. It says also to illustrate your poem, and you can do that if you like. So let me give you one more example of a preposition poem I wrote, and see if you can find the prepositions that I'm starting my poem with. Mine is about camping. That's something that we enjoy doing as a family, and I always love being outside and doing things outside. So here it is. Outside in nature, underneath some trees, among the wilderness, near a lake, beside a stream, during the summer, with my family, off on an adventure. So that's my poem about camping. Now, to get started here, think of either one or two things. Either a story you want to tell, like the story with the shark, or think about something you enjoy doing. And then you can start working, getting some ideas of what happened in the story, or what are the things you do in the activity that you enjoy. So you can make sort of a brainstorm list of that first, and then when you begin writing your poem, make sure each of them begins with either one of these words in the 3 columns. Now, one more thing. Also, every line of this poem is going to be capital. These are not sentences, they're called phrases, but it doesn't matter. When we write poetry, every line, the beginning of every line is always capitalized. Okay, so I hope you have fun writing your preposition poem. Always have mom or dad check for spelling. And always remember to copy it very neatly if you want to use this page that I'm providing, or onto another page. You can also type it. I know a lot of you have begun typing, and that's awesome as well. You can illustrate it by hand, or you could do a digital illustration as well, whatever you like. And then when you're done, you're going to put this with your other poems in your pandemic poem booklet. Okay, well, until our next poem, see you later. Have a good one, everybody.